There's another twist in the saga of President Trump's tariffs. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Thursday, May 29th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. We haven't kicked things off with tariff talk in a while, so here's a refresher. Back on April 2nd, Trump declared what he called Liberation Day. He announced a flurry of import taxes on pretty much the entire rest of the world. It sent U.S. stocks, bonds, and the dollar spiraling downward. Since then, the administration has been negotiating with more than a dozen nations over new trade deals. But here's the latest twist. Yesterday, a federal trade court in New York blocked most of Trump's Liberation Day tariffs. The little-known Court of International Trade ruled that Trump exceeded his authority in imposing tariffs on all imported goods. The court also rejected separate tariffs on Mexican, Canadian, and Chinese goods. The ruling has upended ongoing trade negotiations, and it created fresh uncertainty for countless American businesses that depend on foreign suppliers. But it may not last for long. The Trump administration is certain to appeal the decision, and could seek an emergency stay. That would reinstate the tariffs, at least temporarily. Number 2. The U.S. plans to aggressively revoke the visas of Chinese students. Secretary of State Marco Rubio made this announcement yesterday. He said the State Department will work with the Department of Homeland Security to crack down on Chinese holders of student visas. He also said the agency will ramp up scrutiny of new visa applicants from China and Hong Kong. Specifically, he said he'll target those with links to the Chinese Communist Party and those who are studying in critical fields. He did not specify which areas of study would be targeted. More than 275,000 Chinese students were studying at U.S. universities last year. It's not clear how many students will have their visas revoked. Rubio's announcement comes as the Trump administration has been trying to penalize U.S. colleges and universities. It's accused them of violating Trump's executive orders on anti-Semitism and diversity. It's also been working to limit the ability of Harvard University to admit foreign students. Trump addressed this with reporters yesterday.
Number one, I think they should have a cap of maybe around 15%, not 31%. We have people who want to go to Harvard and other schools. They can't get in because we have foreign students there. But I want to make sure that the foreign students are people that can love our country.
According to Harvard's student paper, around 27% of its current student body are international students, and not 31%. Number 3. Elon Musk announced he's leaving the Trump administration. Since Trump returned to office, Musk has been leading a controversial effort to reshape the federal bureaucracy and slash government spending. But in a post on his X platform yesterday, the billionaire said his government work was done. He thanked Trump for what he called the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. He also said Doge's mission will only strengthen over time. The White House confirmed that Musk's offboarding began last night. Musk's exit isn't a surprise. He was a special government employee, which exempted him from financial disclosure and conflict of interest rules. It also means he's not permitted to work for the government more than 130 days in a year. But it seemed that Musk was growing tired of his role anyway. This week, he publicly criticized Trump's massive tax and immigration bill. That was an unusual break from the president and the Republican Party. He will now devote more time to his other companies, SpaceX and Tesla. And from the perspective of Tesla's investors, not a moment too soon. A group of them yesterday asked the company's board to make its CEO work full-time. The CDC was blindsided by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s change to vaccine guidance. That's number 4. On Tuesday, the Health and Human Services Secretary made a surprise announcement. He was overriding the current recommendation that everyone 6 months and older receive an annual coronavirus vaccination. The current recommendation came from the CDC, and that agency had no idea that Kennedy was planning to announce a change to no longer recommend the vaccine to healthy children and pregnant women. One official said the CDC learned of the decision when Kennedy posted a video online. It sent people scrambling. 5 hours later, CDC officials received a one-page secretarial directive. It was dated May 19th and signed by Kennedy. It contradicted some of what he said in his video, and that only added to the confusion. As of yesterday afternoon, the CDC website on immunization of children continued to recommend 1 or more doses of the coronavirus shot for those 6 months and older. And the website for pregnant women also continued to recommend an updated shot for those who are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. The United Nations condemned a U.S. and Israeli-backed aid scheme in Gaza. That's our 5th story. This week, a controversial new organization started distributing aid in Gaza. It's called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. It uses armed private contractors to provide security at Israeli-designated distribution hubs. Other humanitarian organizations have condemned it for its militarized model and its potential to forcibly displace Gaza's population. That's a war crime. The foundation's first days of operation have descended into chaos. Scores of Palestinians were injured as desperate crowds attempted to receive food. According to the UN, most of the injured had gunshot wounds. Israel said it had fired warning shots. Israel has barred nearly all food and medical supplies from entering Gaza since March 2nd. That's left parts of the population on the brink of starvation. Number 6. Earth will cross a key climate threshold in 2 years. 7 years ago, the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change made a prediction. It thought the world wouldn't warm 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels until 2040. Then, 2 years ago, the group predicted the world would pass that threshold between 2030 and 2035. But new data released yesterday from the World Meteorological Organization indicates that the Earth will cross this point in just 2 years' time. That would mean the end of the world's most important climate goal, which was set by 190 nations in Paris in 2015. And it means that irreversible tipping points in the climate system are closer at hand than scientists previously believed. That includes the melting of Arctic ice sheets and the wide-scale collapse of coral reefs. And at number 7, scientists made a breakthrough in the treatment of brain diseases. Researchers have produced new tools that can deliver genes to hundreds of different cell types in the brain and the spinal cord. They work kind of like delivery trucks, sending genetic packages to specific cell neighborhoods in the brain. The advance was the result of years of work by more than 300 U.S. and international scientists through a project with the National Institutes of Health. It's not clear if this research could be affected by the Trump administration's proposed $20 billion of cuts to the NIH budget. But one of the scientists involved in the discoveries said that with sustained investment, the project's advances will be nothing short of life-changing. All right, you're all caught up. Don't forget that this is the time to become a Washington Post subscriber, if you aren't already. You can sign up now for just $2 every 4 weeks. That's for your first year. And after that, it's just $12 every 4 weeks. And don't worry, you can cancel whenever you want. But time is running out for this deal, so grab it before it ends. There's a link to subscribe in our show notes, or you can go to washingtonpost.com/subscribe. And if you already subscribe, thanks so much. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.